Welcome to the Scoop with Dukes. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka Dukes the Scoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes the Scoop, and please hit the like and subscribe button. All right, guys. I'm down in Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl. Just doing some basic research, talking to some NFL people, and I wanted to get on here and share what I was hearing about the East-West Shrine Bowl. That is where the Colorado players are. No Colorado guys in the Senior Bowl, but they did make the East-West Shrine Bowl game. The reason being is because if you watch the morning run or you watch You Tell Me with me and Uncle Neely, you'll see where we talked about how a lot of the scouts go from the East West Shrine Bowl to the Senior Bowl. And so now I'm down here catching a lot of the scouts after they left the East West Shrine Bowl and kind of getting some feedback. And I wanted to get some feedback. I actually watched the East West Shrine Bowl last night with some people, some NFL people. So I wanted to kind of share some of the feedback that I was given and really talk about the performance that Shilo Sanders had yesterday. Also, Lajohntay Wester and Will Sheppard. So we can start with Shilo. All right, so there was basically some clips circulating, a low light reel, basically circulating of Shilo Sanders on social media. And for those who are lazy, so to speak, when it comes to watching film, you can look at that and think that would be an end all be all for how Shilo performed and will say, oh, well, he dropped the ball and not consider the circumstances around it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to at least pick some NFL guys' brains about how they felt about Shilo and his prospects for the NFL. Now, speaking on Shilo, I would say that he's not like in the same realm as far as NFL, as far as resume that a Shador would have. Like he's a quarterback, Shador is basically number one overall pick. But that doesn't mean that Shilo wouldn't be or couldn't be a serviceable NFL player. So he's going to have some value. I did talk to some teams, and one thing they said that was going to help Shilo is a special teams capability. How he runs is going to be important as far as how fast is he going to be? Is he truly a 4-4 guy? Some people felt like Shilo may be a 4-5 guy. Some people even felt like I think he's going to run 4-6. But I think there's a prevailing notion that he can have the ability to be in that 4-4, 4-5 range. With Shilo, when you also look at his footwork, which when you look at the drills that he was doing, the one-on-ones, I think people were pleasantly surprised with his footwork and his ability to chop his feet. I think there were some things that he was able to showcase in the game that he wasn't able to showcase as far as being physical, taking angles to the ball where he had a lot of ground to cover, but taking the shortest route to the ball, which I think definitely boded well for Shilo. And so last night's game, East West Shrine Bowl, saw Shilo slingshot his way into a pass breakup, and you saw people say, "Oh, that's pass interference." So that's an NFL play, and that is a technique. He had great technique on that against a 6'3", 6'4" tight end, Rivaldo Fairweather, who does have a draftable grade. So to see him make that pass breakup, I thought was something that just was like, okay, Shiloh's locked in. But I think even more so than the pass coverage, which is something that people were saying, oh, Shilo was getting cooked. And you see these clips of Shilo covering a wide receiver, Sam Brown, where anytime that you get a safety on a receiver, unless it's Derwin James or one of the top safeties in the NFL, you're going to expect the receiver to win that one. That's why they're safeties and not corners. But as far as Shilo being able to cover the tight end, I think that he proved that, and not even just on the pass breakup plays, but he seemed to be consistently in position in last night's East West Shrine Bowl game. Another thing that I think, as far as him bringing his arms when he tackled, yesterday when you saw him on the tackle, you were able to see Shilo get downhill, take the shortest path to the ball, and not only just try to boom a guy's shoulders only, but he brought his arms in. When Shilo brings his arms and drives his feet, drives his feet, you aren't going to find a lot better form tacklers with the way that he brings explosion to the tackling situation. You're not going to find guys better than him when he does things the right way, the fundamental way. When Shilo uses his fundamentals, tackling the ball, you're not going to find as many guys that are going to be able to bring that type of impact, especially in a short area. So I think Shilo did some things that to actually help himself, because even though a lot of teams did leave, or some teams did go to the Pro Bowl, one scouts 1000% review that film when they get back to headquarters. And another portion of it is last night I'm watching, like I'm at the bar at Senior Bowl. The NFL guys were watching the East West Shrine Bowl, so I think that he presented himself well last night. So shout out to Shilo. Another guy who has some buzz is going to be Lajohntay Wester. Lajohntay definitely helped himself. I think as far as even his kick return, I thought he did a great job of showing that acceleration, showing some high end traits. Where now we want to see what he does in the combine and how fast is he really. When you look at the week that he had, where people said that the NFL guys were saying that he definitely showcased high end separation, being able to change direction, running, sprinting under control. These are things that Lajohntay has presented to where these Antonio Brown comparisons are continuing to surface. If you remember, I had Coach Steph Brown, his pre-draft trainer from XP, one of the facilities that's known for having showcasing some of the fastest 40 times in recent NFL combine history. Steph Brown said it, Antonio Brown, and now I'm starting to see multiple NFL sites start to pick that up. Also, I think him being able to play special teams as well is something that's going to work out well for him. Someone who could impact the game in multiple facets, and also being able to score, being a danger whenever he gets the ball in his hand. So by being able to create value for himself, returning kicks, where he did have a plus kick return yesterday in his opportunity, and also someone who can return punts. I think Lajohntay Wester is someone who, if he runs that 4.4, I think you see him drafted a lot earlier than what people were expecting or people did say. Will Sheppard only did more of what Colorado fans knew he was capable of. The back shoulder throw is one of those NFL throws that you have to be able to showcase that you can do, that you can pull off, not just to throw but receiving it, being able to set your defender up in a way where you're going to shield the body. And the quarterback gave him a good throw, and he basically just boxed him out. When you have guys that are able to win contested catches by being able to box out, not having to run past them, or being able to create situations, create openings in a phone booth, that's something that Will Sheppard has done at a very high level over this week when it comes to NFL scouts. And you're starting to hear some of that Mike Evans talk, a little bit of the Drake London talk, where you look at somewhere where he projects maybe not having the high end traits of some of those guys who are some of the best receivers in the league, but someone who has some of that in them that you can develop. And so while it may not look like Mike Evans first round tomorrow, it may not look like Drake London top 10 pick tomorrow. It looks like that type of production can develop from a guy like Will Sheppard, because he does have these traits as being a bigger receiver who runs well, doesn't look clunky when he's running his routes, but being able to adjust to the ball and showcase that catch radius that he does have. So I think that he only helped himself in a major way, and he did it on the biggest stage for the week, which was in the actual game. I think that there was a little bit to be desired with some of the quarterback play, and you didn't get as many opportunities for the guys as you may have wanted to. But I definitely think that Lajohntay, Will, and Shilo helped themselves. Silman Craig didn't play. Of course, we know Shador didn't play, and we knew that, and Jimmy Horn didn't. But for the guys that played, for the trio, they 1000% helped themselves in this game. Looking forward to see how they perform. I know that there's a Big 12 combine that they all do together. But if I'm not mistaken, Colorado will be having an individual pro day as well. I believe that pro day is April 4th is what I'm hearing. So I'll confirm that. So next time we talk about it. But if you're a Colorado fan, you should be proud of the way that your guys performed last night. And I think it's only going to help them with their draft prospects and what they did in the game and the East-West Shrine Bowl as a whole. Jimmy Horn didn't play in the game, but helped himself all week long. And I think that when he gets in, and you can see, I believe he has 4.3 in him. He runs that 4.3, he's going to make himself some money. That just straight up a nightmare in the slot. Someone whose route running has gotten better and better as he's developed as a receiver. And when you understand his story and you just look at everything he's been through, you know that mental toughness and some of those intangibles are starting to come out of him. So 1,000% someone you're also looking forward to. All right, y'all, that's my time. I want to get here. I'm about to go out here to the Senior Bowl, go see what I can drum up, see if I can go get some more scoop for you guys. And as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes the Scoop. All right, that's my time. See y'all next time. I'm out.